my dome. Concrete walls, yeah, it's my home. Stockpile stacked with rations tight. Prep for the dark, we'll light the fight. Forage the woods, take what I need. Off-grid living, no time for greed. Barter goods in the shadow shade. Tactical steps in plans I've laid. Back to the bunker where the truth won't bend. Water and food where the road might end. Bug out bags by the door, stand tall, prepared for the fall. Yeah, prepared for it all. Generators hum, a comforting sound. Blackout nights when chaos surrounds. Seeds in jars, yeah, we're growing life. Homesteading strong in a time of strife. No high-tech wires, no web to roam. Resilience beats the world unknown. Hands in the soil, hearts in the fight. Staying ready every day, every night. Back to the bunker where the truth won't bend. Water and food where the road might end. Bug out bags by the door, stand tall, prepare for the fall. Yeah, prepare for it all. Back through the bunker where the truth won't bend. Water and food where the road might end. Bug out bags by the door, stand tall, prepare for the fall. Yeah, prepare for it all. Prepare for it all. When central power rules the game, when thoughts controlling freedom's name, when the governed lose to government might, tell me who's got the wrong kind of Reich? He builds his cars, he mines the stars. No gulags for critics, no bureaucratic charge, no youth brigades chanting his name. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, it's just one of those days. It was like, I was just like, excuse me. I was thinking today was be like a members only day, but then I was like, you know what? Let's kind of let's see what kind of buttons we can push today for those people that like to hang out in the background and do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like they just don't have any skin in the game. Maybe it's just me, but that's kind of the way it is. Also, if you noticed, I'm not as zoomed in as usual, because I did an update to my software and now the Zoom doesn't work. So yeah, that's always a great deal. For those of you tuning in right now, yeah, you got to be a subscriber if you want to comment. Let's see, I need to adjust that banner just a little bit down. There we go. And you got to have some skin in the game these days, guys. We've got too many people that are looky-loon, that are fence sitters. And while I do appreciate the views, don't get me wrong, I do appreciate the views. I do appreciate the support of the clicks. It does help the channel. The reality is it's time to step a little bit beyond that. You know, not a lot, just a little, like a couple of tippy toes out of the safe zone to kind of like get engaged. And this is only going out on YouTube. If you guys saw it yesterday, I did a multi-stream out to Rumble and X and YouTube simultaneously. It worked out. It's actually harder to do, and one of the reasons, and it's actually one of the reasons I stopped doing it over a year ago. Um, it's a little bit more difficult, but I think at this point, the reach is kind of necessary because the world that we're living in isn't that great. But before we get into anything, let's go ahead and knock out the ritual stuff. Cool, cool. First, Rose. Number two, Ian. You are deterred. We got Deanna. We got those are the only people that are checking in. It says there's 7 people in here. It says there's 7 people in here with 10 views. And those are the only concurrent viewers. That is it. That's it, guys. But not everybody's checking in for some reason. There we go. Donna Gibbs. Holy shnikey, Donna. Good morning. Good morning, young lady. I was just like, what? Anyway, it's good to see more people kind of showing up, showing their presence. We got Cool Colt. He's obviously or Cole, he's a subscriber. Good morning, my friend. Good morning. But that we've got to get that skin in the game, like at all levels, where people are actually like participating in life, participating in the whole, let's do something. You know what I'm saying? Mike Tango Whiskey checking in. Good to see you, bros. Good to see you. Check Rod. Check, 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 check. Uh so the what are we doing? What are we doing today? Well, it's if you're not watching what I guess it's like the slow boil into implosion. And you guys know I don't do fear porn, but it's kind of like what I'm seeing going on in the news. Um, and guys know I don't like to regurgitate the news. I think it's ridiculous. Someone else's talking points. You know what I'm saying? Ian's working on that coffee. You're too slow, Ian. You're too slow, man. You need to be prepared. You need to be prepared, Ian. But if you didn't know this, there's a pending government shutdown again, that is being basically forced once again by the left. They're going to use the whole. It's dumb. Here's why it's dumb. Okay, so the spending bill was passed by the House a couple 2-3 days ago, and sent over to the Senate, and now shooting, ICE, Homeland Security, angry lefty nutbags. Um, and it's stupid because if they don't put it on the floor of the Senate, vote and pass it, there will be a government shutdown. If they put it on the floor of the House, I think they need 68 votes. Um, vote and pass it, or I'm sorry, vote and don't pass it, there's going to be a government shutdown. If they make one change to it, it's got to be sent to the House, there'll be a government shutdown. If they do nothing, there'll be a government shutdown. So basically, the odds are, I mean, I'm wondering if this is my surprise face. But it's like, it's the left, and it's all kabuki theater. It's all absolutely ridiculous. If you guys haven't figured this out, your government, everything that they say, they're allowed to say and not be thrown in jail as long as they say it on their way to their office or on their way to their car, or on the campus, which I always thought was ridiculous. Campus, come on, man. Um, but and so they can say whatever they want to say, and there's no fear of retribution for being a total idiot. But they're really keying in on ICE funding. They want to detach that from the bill, which would automatically create a government shutdown. So they just kind of have to decide whether, right now they probably think it's okay. Right now they probably think it'll be a good thing because now they're like showing their ability to exercise their power as the minority. But what does it really mean? Well, the the administration is getting very good at doing shutdowns, policy, procedure, protocol. They're getting very good at it. And it's just another opportunity to limit the size of government. You know, they say, and here's the weird part about it. If the government shuts down, then it technically isn't spending any money, so they're technically saving money. But with a government shutdown, it does cause basically growth GDP issues. It does throw some things in the inflationary wheels of change. It does have an effect on the consumer because there was such a high amount of government workers that they could, like, if they lost their jobs, they would affect the economy. So, and this is all obviously willful thinking from the left and craziness and stuff like that. But yeah, there's a government shutdown. It's looming. It's very likely to happen. Um, do not rush out to buy eggs. We talked about this last night, and it's it's kind of silly. It's kind of silly because I think the House waited too long to do this, or maybe they think that they have strategically planned it, but it's going to fail. It's going to fail. So put it in the chat, guys. If you think that there's going to be a government shutdown, put a one in the chat. If you think there's going to not be a government shutdown, and we're talking about midnight tomorrow, um, then put a two in the chat. Rose says, or Cole says, I'm waiting for the left to try another civil rights movement. They've been behind everyone since the 50s. That's true. That's true. Hey, Lamb's Light, good to see you. Rose says, but the senators still get paid, right? Uh, yeah, yeah. I think that should be the next bill that comes out. If there's a government shutdown, that they have to continue working without pay. And and they're you know, make it so they don't get paid, but their staffers still get paid. That way there's no shutdown of continuity. You know what I'm saying? Make it hurt for them for not doing their jobs. Let's see. Bradley Collins. Hey, y'all. Hope y'all are staying warm. There you go, Bradley. Bradley, I did. You inspired me this morning, guys. If you're a subscriber and not a member, you don't understand what's actually happening inside of the members area of our Discord where we communicate every day. I do a lot of stuff for the members, and I actually like pay attention to them because I kind of see them as my friends. And so today's Bradley's day off. You know, he busts his ass working on trucks, and I don't want to give too much, OPSEC away about the guy, but he's a pretty solid dude. And he hasn't been able to participate in a lot of stuff that the members get to participate in because of his work schedule. So today's Bradley's day off, and so we're going to do this live stream. And yeah, you're welcome, Bradley. You're welcome. Let's see here, but centers still get paid. Hey, I hope you're staying safe. We got a number one. Bradley says no. I don't think there's going to be a government shutdown. Okay, okay. Lamb's Light said, let them shut down. They're like little children. I've had it. Yeah, yeah. Lamb's Light. I think there's some real adult words in what you're saying there. Um, but like I said, I will remind everybody that it is kabuki theater. That's what it all is. It's like no, that's why there's no like real drama around this. I bet you we can tune to like MSNBC right now, and they're going to be talking about this upstanding citizen who got himself unalived by the feds that aren't supposed to be there. Those darn NAZIS people. Yeah, and if you guys aren't picking up on that, that's the new left talking point. NAZI. Yep, that's the new talking point. They were out and about first thing this morning, all saying the same words. Blah 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 blah. NAZI. You know. Um, I did watch the was it Tom Holberman, the border czar, because they won't confirm him for anything. The Congress wouldn't couldn't he couldn't get confirmed. So, El Trumpo, he's just like, yeah, screw that. You'll just be the czar. Obama did it for 8 frickin' years. He couldn't get anybody confirmed, so he just turned people into czars. Um, But I listened to his brief this morning. Very succinct, very accurate, um, very in charge, and he made a lot of very straightforward statements about what's going on the ground and how things are going down. Some details on his meetings, and he seems very positive. So I think what we're going to end up with is a pullback on a more limited number of ICE engagements, and maybe Chicago's next. Put a one in the chat if you think Chicago is next. Um, but and Locals are going to start cooperating with ICE detainers. And the words you chose were carefully. That basically the state government said that they would allow the city and county law enforcement agencies to cooperate with ICE detainers. See, we're going to let them. Basically, you still have free will, you nutbags. But at the state level, we're saying it's okay. So literally nothing will come from it, and they really did push this right to the level of sedition, right to the level of okay, the National Guard has been moved into place, and we're going to federalize it. It's going to be ours. So it was interesting. What we got here? We got the yup. What's up, Sean? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. And full shutdown or partial. Well, they say West Virginia Pappy. Welcome to the back to the live. But the they're saying that it's 78% of federal workers at midnight tomorrow night. Let's see here. Bradley says, "Ah, we're friends now." Laugh out loud. How cute. Thanks, friend. Shut your pie hole, you loser. Don't be mean to me. I only have one feeling, and it's anger. The lamplight says, Tom Homan has lots of experience and yeah, he's been 30 years. I mean, come on. The guy is as pro as they get. You know what I'm saying? He really just when he speaks, he pretty much just knocks it out of the park. And that's kind of important. It's kind of an important thing. The reality is we need more people. People. I hate to say it, but the guy who was in charge of all this stuff in Michigan with um, the actual, the border. What is it? The border patrol commander. He really kind of. I don't know. I think in an effort to make his people understand he's one of them, he wore the uniform a little too much. I think that it's like most sheriffs, most leaders of large law enforcement organizations uh, do wear a suit and tie, and they do that so that they can interact at that level. Um, but I think that he kind of just went a little too far, and it was really easy for people to label him NAZI. You know what I'm saying? There's even a picture out. There's even an AI picture out there of him like doing the whole without touching his chest. It's clearly AI. It's clearly AI, and it's really good AI. Somebody paid a lot of money to have that picture made, but it's clearly AI. It's crazy. Let's see here. Lamb's Light says, "What would you do if you were LE under the likes of Tim? Under the likes of Tim. I don't. If I were law enforcement under Tim, I'd okay. He's been a law enforcement officer for over 30 years. I think I wouldn't have a problem with it. Or maybe I'm reading that. Maybe I'm reading that wrong, Lamb's Light. If I'm reading that wrong, put something in the chat. You know. Um, Looks like we've got about 15 people in here. How we doing on the thumbs up, guys? I don't know. Let me check. How many thumbs up do we got, guys? How many thumbs up do we got? Because I always feel like people are slacking. I mean, it's like it's unfortunate, but yeah, it's we're slacking. We're slacking. Get up, get out, get it, get it, get some skin in the game, guys. Um, it's kind of systemic. I catch myself doing it all the time. just moving from video to video to video, and it's almost a habit that I don't, even if I like something, I don't thumbs up it, and I'm like, "Duh, don't do that, man." So I got to go back. I got to hit the thumbs up button, put in the work, you know. So yes, you do the same. Become better people. Um, Slacker here. Yeah, Bradley. There you go. Why is it always you, Bradley? You know, who I haven't seen in here yet. I haven't seen Tim in here yet, which is kind of weird. Tim's normally like Johnny on the spot with his stuff. Um, but it's interesting. Let's see here. OG window liquor here. How's it been? Oh, wait, dude, I didn't recognize you. So, window liquor. Come on, man. What? What? How many YouTube channels have you gone through that you've been like banned on everything? So now you're logo UC1VE. Let's see. Lamslight says, I mean, law enforcement ordered not to cooperate with Ellie. Yeah, I mean, it's, I think it's all fun and games. Unfortunately, the left likes to talk about like, and I hate to say this, but like what is it? The police chief, in Minnesota. This guy talks up a good game, but you can tell, man, he is soft. He is soft. He spends a lot of time in the gym. He makes sure. Have anybody noticed his uniform? It's tailored to him. Like, and I don't have a problem with that. But when you're like jacked, like when you're like diesel, not like cut, but you're like Jack Diesel, um, and your shirt, it looks like your shirts don't fit correctly because your biceps are too big. But then you'll start to look at the shirt and you can see where the sleeves have actually been tailored to fit his arms. You know what I'm saying? Um, hey, I guess he looks good. You know what I'm saying? He actually looks kind of professional. But maybe he needs to spend more time reading the law instead of going to the gym because he said some shit this morning that was just like that was unlawful. And there's actually talks about a memorandum where law enforcement is being told to arrest federal law enforcement if they're breaking a law. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It doesn't it tells me that this chief of police has never read the Constitution. He understands nothing about the supremacy clause. And he's willfully he's a sheeple. He's a sheeple. Nice haircut, nice uniform, nice muscles, no brains. You're supposed to be representing the people, but you're not. He's clearly representing himself. So, oh, let's see here. Bradley says it's because the thumbs up ruined our TikToks. I believe it, man. I live it. Laugh out loud. I've never been banned. What'd you change your name for, Window Liquor? What'd you do that for? There was some other guy, I think you would say that. If you're the original Winderlick, and you said OG, so either you're just using it as a term, or that was actually a prior profile name, Window Liquor, then I remember you. If not, I don't remember you. Let's see here. Bradley says the algorithm has decided if you thumbs up one thing that it's mental overload of that. Um, no, incorrect, inaccurate, false. I thumbs up stuff all the time. The algorithm doesn't care about what you give thumbs up to. The YouTube algorithm cares about what you watch. So if you go watch a cats video, if you like, I want to see cats videos, and you watch cats videos for like 10, 15 minutes, then your feed's going to be full of shorts for cats videos. That's how it works. Let's see here. Lamb's Light said, divide and conquer. That's the damn what. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. The thing is, so you guys have to truly understand. Right now, the Democrats are poised to lose over 20 seats in the midterms. No one's talking about it because they don't want people to know this. Now, if you if you compile that with with many of the states introducing voter ID laws, okay, there will lose a huge base for voting, and they know it. That's why they're really fighting. That's why they're fighting this immigration thing. This is not about families being separated. This is not about people looking for a better life. This is not about the American melting pot. Everything that you're seeing on the news, okay, and then all the kabuki theater that's happening inside our House and Senate is all about the fight for votes, for power. Okay, the Democrats know this is. If they told us in the very beginning, this is what we're going to do. We're going to open the borders. We're going to let everybody in. We're going to let them vote. And then they're going to be like, "Well, they let us in." So remember, do you remember the reports? You know, all the YouTube videos, all the news reporting about how, oh, we Barack Obama let us in, so we're going to vote. You remember those? No, because no one's paying attention. You remember frickin' all of the Joe Biden ones? He let us in. We're going to vote for him, and as he's wearing his Mylar blanket. You know what I'm saying? They assumed they had the right to vote. They were led to believe they could vote. It's all part of the plan. It's all part of the plan. That is why they're being removed. Not because they're not supposed to be here. Okay. Yeah, they shouldn't be here. Yeah, there's a whole buttload of them that are freaking criminals. But that's not why they're here. And that's not why they're being removed. This is all about voting. Okay. It's like there are what there was one that they got their hands on the state votes. Oh, I can't remember which state it is. If you guys know, put it in the comments. Um um but they've got that and they're examining those, and oh, by the way, there might be over 200,000 votes that were fraudulent. Then they're in the process today. They are taking possession of there's a county up north in Virginia that's always been in the news. Everything from the father being arrested for talking about his daughter being raped in school, all the lefty stuff going on in the schools, the town government just screwing everybody over with just the craziest stuff. If you guys remember the name of that county, do me a favor, put that in the chat. But they're snatching up their voting rolls today, and because and they have a warrant, and so that means a judge has seen some type of evidence. You know what I'm saying? That leads them to believe that this would be appropriate, right? Um, and it's really, I think, man, is it Harrison County? No, it's a different one. Madison County. Someone knows. One of you guys know that. But they're in the process of doing it right now, and they're trying to stop them. They're literally trying to say you're stealing your vote, and it's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. These are voter registrations from 2014. No, I'm sorry, 2024, right? Um, but this is going to make them culpable. Once they take those out of here, we don't know what they're going to do with them, playing the fear game. But they are scared. They're scared because if there's fraud, they're going to find it. If there's no fraud, then they should be like, hey, no problem. Go ahead. It's in a room, guys. 700 boxes. It's right over there. Those are all the boxes right there. They say 2024 on them. Yeah, take those, you know? But that's right up there with if you've done nothing wrong, you've got nothing to fear. So it's interesting. Let's see here. Let's see here. I've never changed my name. Haha. Okay, so you're not the window licker I speak of then. No big deal. It's nice to meet you. Logo. Let's see. Okay. So that's how it works. Good to know. Rose says, my question is staff at the local hotels alerting the agitators where ICE are staying, or are the agitators just stalking outside hotels to watch for them coming in? Yes. There's your answer. Yes. The new video that came out this morning with the guy who got himself unalived. What was it on January 13th? He was, I mean, clearly it was hilarious too, because um, if you guys don't know, there are people that are out on X that have the ability to make comments directly to X and evaluate what they're seeing and tell X if this is legitimate or not, and or if you agree or disagree with what you're seeing. Okay, it's not like a regular comment. I'm one of those people. And so I get to see a lot of stuff that you guys will never get to see. And the video itself, the first thing the left did was they tried to say that it was AI. It was basically the guy who got himself on a live, acting like a moron. He was basically wearing the same or similar clothes, and he was armed. You could see it. You could see, he was printing, um, and he kicked the tail light out of the back of an SUV that the ICE agents were operating out of. And then, it's like, oh, this is AI. This is AI. No, this is fake. There's no way. And then someone's like, it's not even on the BBC website where you said you got it from. And then it's like, actually, it is. And here's a link to that. Um, and then it was another, no, this is all AI. And it's like, well, here's another video of a different view of it happening exactly as it's shown in the AI video. And then, oh, well, this is not real. This can't be real. It's not the same guy. Actually, it was, because he was identified and detained that day and then released after they realized after they proved who he was. You know what I'm saying? So they can like have him in their little black book, that kind of thing. All the cops do that. You guys didn't know that. They pay attention to the people they're talking to. So yeah. So he's one of these purple hair freaky people that dresses up like, like he's a normal guy during the day, but at night, not so much. And he's actually on the Signal chat. He's actually been identified in several groups. He was actually following people around. He was actually, it's like they they literally just like get people out on the Signal chat to be little, like the little kid at the edge of town with the the cell phone. Oh, hey boss, they're on their way. And so they're literally following people around. So yes. Now I feel sorry for the employees who do that, okay, because they think that they're doing something. They in their simple little minds think that they're doing something that is good. The problem is that the crowds are going to come, property is going to be destroyed. They're going to find out who did it, who caused this, and that person's going to lose their job. It's that easy. They're going to lose their job. So I mean, working at a hotel is a pretty cushy job. You kind of sit there, put out fires from time to time, deal with the public, make some coffee, crap like that, and make money. It's pretty good. No one's asking you to even push them up, I don't think. So, all right, let's go to the chat here. Let's find out what's going on. Looks like the coffee's ready. Ian says coffee's ready. French roast with a little vanilla espresso. That's some foo-foo stuff, man. I love it. Let's see here. Grady Judd is a man, a big man. Gotcha. It's near Alexandria, Virginia. Very true. That's true. That's the area I'm talking about. I have coffee. Thanks. Thick Triple. Thick Triple. Don't recognize you. Welcome to it. Thank you for subscribing or being a subscriber. All right, let's see here. This is all about Fed Inc., aka USA Inc., violation of contract. Okay. Confederation of States investigating. Switzerland Davos bankers 66 CERN cloud database linked to American Google sign in equals treason. Thick, thick, man, thick. I don't recognize you, and you have to be a subscriber for at least 5 minutes to be able to post here. So that's some serious tinfoil hat stuff. Serious tinfoil hat stuff. I don't even know if I have a tinfoil hat for that. For that. And that's pay to play right there. So no, we're not doing that. Um, hold on. Thought I had one, but I don't. So we're going with this one. So we're gonna go with this one. That is some deep, like, you are connecting like all of the dots thick. Um, interesting. All right, let's see here. Yummy. Let's see here. West Virginia Pappy says, "Did the left learn not to try and return throw?" I know. I'm sorry. And I military dark humor. I had to laugh at that whole thing. Someone actually made like an AI cartoon of it. It was kind of funny, but there was nothing funnier than like, you see like seeing it like you don't know. That whole thing was hilarious because they were like, "Hey, you, what was it? What did the left say? They said that federal troops had fired non-lethal munitions and blew off her fingers. And at first it was blew off her hand, and then it was blew off her fingers. Um, and then like when you slow the video down, and you can see it yourself. You know what I'm saying? She's thrashing around, and she's lucky to still have all of her little nubbly nubs. You know what I'm saying? She's very lucky, very, very lucky. Those things aren't a joke. You shouldn't have. Stop picking stuff up, dummy. Stop picking things up you don't understand. But yeah, that was funny. Tucson preppers, the little big glove. That's hilarious. Good morning, Tucson. Let's see here. Flash autocorrect. Let's see here. I had a question above that you missed, please. Did you? The lamb slow. There's a way for me to do that. Hold on a second. I'm gonna move. Let me move this. Can I even move? This thing won't let me move it. There we go. Move over here. There's a way that I can um participants and lambs the lamb. Oh, that's just showing me participants. Damn it. There was a way for me to like search for your comments, and I'm community participants, moderation activity, timestamps, reactions. I'm not finding it. Come here, you. And now it won't let me. Damn, it won't let me scroll this thing. It's so weird. Come here, you. Divide and conquer, the dem way. The only question I had from you, Lamb's Light, was being under orders not to cooperate with law enforcement, and I did answer that question. So I hate to say this, but you're gonna have to let me know. You're gonna have to let me know. Bradley says, sadly, it's so polarized that it's really come down to, do you believe the video or not? Why is it we have all of our info released in poorly so it makes it look like one side, then the counter info comes in? Right? When it comes to AI, it's under rows. All right, I'll scroll up here in a second. Um, when it happens to good old days when you just gave the facts and let us decide. Well, that's why I hate to say it, but that's why I do the ground.news thing, guys. If I really want to know what's going on, that's what I do. I go to ground.news. They got a search engine. I recommend you have a membership. If you need one, scroll down in the description. I think it's towards the bottom. Giving these guys like $30 a year to give you straightforward information is pretty freaking good. That's why I have one. About 12. Okay, fine, Lamb's Light. About 12 up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have coffee. Grady Judge is a man, a big man. Um, have you? Oh, okay. There's it. Okay, I found it. I found it. Have you commented on the Somali Queen's supposed attack with a syringe and wet running after him? They think there was as stupid as this. Yeah. No, I have not commented. I have UK Urban Prepper. I'm still a member. Yes. Haven't seen you in a while though, bro. I've not seen you in a while. Um, so yeah, the whole Somali thing, that yeah, was it Ilan Omar or whatever her name is? Married her brother. What a dumbass. Um, yeah, yeah. Pictures have surfaced where she's friends with this person. So I don't know. I don't know. My favorite Somali is the one that they arrested and then let her go, and then they interviewed her, and all she wanted to talk about, like 7 times in the interview, was bananas and rice. Bananas and rice. So it's like, oh, what the hell? What the hell, man? These people are just that they lack any common sense, and it makes them dangerous because they're not operating with like a fully developed adult brain. You know what I'm saying? And so it makes them dangerous, especially if you corner them. Let's see here. All work and no play. You know how it is. I know, right? You know, it's 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 got to the point here in America, because things are very, very different in the UK. You guys are flat out gone to a socialist government. Um, that where you have to be very careful with the people that you interact with, and you've got to be. Let me give you an example. Talking to one of the members yesterday morning, and this person is going to another city to take care of some personal business. They're going to be flying into this city, right? In Minnesota. They're flying into a particular city in Minnesota, and they were talking about, and it dawned on me. They were talking about what they're going to do and why they're going and things like that. And it dawned on me that they would need a rental car. And I said, make sure you do not get an SUV. Make sure that you're going to get like a soccer mom car, not the minivan, but like a little car, not a sedan, but like a little car, like a compact or mid compact. And this person was like, "Oh, yeah, I didn't even think about that," because literally any SUV running around in one of these 100% blue cities is being targeted. I mean, they'll follow them around, they get their license plate, they get it out to everybody so that they know they have the same vehicle, and then multiple vehicles will start to follow this one vehicle around simply because it's an SUV, because that's what the feds like to use, right? Um, and so people are being put in danger, or you can find yourself in danger just because you rented a car. You know what I'm saying? So we've got to that point where we have to really start to be very careful about what we're doing. We have to plan accordingly. We have to think ahead. We might have to, start to discuss like a threat matrix mentality. Because if you don't, you could find yourself. You could literally inject yourself into a dangerous environment and not even know about it. Nobody wants to do that. Everybody wants to stay alive. You know what I'm saying? No one wants to be, followed around. Nobody wants, bricks or ice bricks thrown at their cars. I mean, it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. All right, let's see here. Miss Dem Miss Demani called for wealth tax. Previous admin left deficit. I don't know what Miss Demani. I don't know who that is. Are you talking about the frickin' the new mayor of New York City? He was hilarious. I watched him this morning. Man, so this guy's been in office for like a week, and he's already dealing with like he's having to stand out there and deal with like a snowstorm, and he's like, we're in New York City and blah blah, and then this morning he had to stand out uh and give a brief about a this person who decided to try and drive their car through the front door of one of the oldest Jewish institutions in New York City. And this thing, this door was strong. This whole structure was strong. He didn't get in. He tried to ram it several times and did not get in. But and when he got out, oh, by the way, he looked like a camel jockey. I'm just gonna say it. He looked like a camel jockey. And so you've got, frickin' Mondami, and he's just like standing there, like, I don't even want to talk about this. He's just letting people speak, and he's just like staring into the distance, like, this it just needs to be over like right now. Well, because he's a Muslim. All right. And I don't have a problem with Islam or Muslims, but here in America, we don't do some of this kind of crap. All right. No Catholic woke up this morning, and I'm not a Catholic either, but no Catholic woke up this morning and said, I think I'm going to drive my car into and try to do damage to, if not unalive, some people who happen to have curly things on the side of their heads. No Catholic woke up this morning and decided they were going to do that. So, bring back the Yugo as an EV. Up, that thing will probably get 1,000 miles to the gallon, man. Lamb's Light said, "This is good advice about the SUV. Thanks. You're very welcome. You're very welcome." That's the whole community idea. It's why aren't you a member, the Lamb's Light? Why aren't you a member of the group? Why aren't you a member at the Doomsday level where you get everything? Why aren't you a member? If you're not a member, you know what I'm saying? You get more than just a little square next to your name, that's for sure. Rose says, sorry, but I can't rent a mom car. Have not had a mom car since the 80s or 90s. Always a truck or a van. Doors and seating too cramped in mom cars. Yeah, well, I'm tracking with you, Rose. I'm tracking with you, Rose. But you have a very specific job. You know what I'm saying? And that requires you to have a van. And I know this because I talk to Rose pretty much every day. Um, but that's a different story. You know what I'm saying? Also, vans you can pretty much get away from. Just get yourself like a periwinkle blue van. You know what I'm saying? Like a minivan with lots of windows, people can see inside. Ian says, so are we not thinking of the Spanish Inquisition anymore? The Spanish Inquisition? I don't understand. I don't understand. Is this a new version of the horned helmet? No, no. I've got several different types of helmets that are up here. Obviously the horned helmet. That's the one that I wear. I've got a that's the pay to play, man. If you want me to wear that one, you guys got to throw out some cash. Because that was just as goofy as it gets. But I have other ones that were sent to me in the future. I've got like I've got like, believe it or not, I got like an old German like one of the German helmets. It's black. But I never wear it because I don't want anybody to be like, "Oh, you're a NAZI," you know. There were helmets that people sent to me when I first became, like, I want to say like 2 years ago. People started sending me helmets to wear. And that one showed up, and I'm just like, I was gonna like tinfoil hat it, but it's just too much. You know what I'm saying? And then I've got another one that's like a gladiator. It's like a gladiator helmet. Or, and I don't like wearing that one very much because it muffles my voice. But I've got that one and a lot of the Spartan helmet. Yes, it's a Spartan helmet. I don't wear that one very much because it's uh, people kind of get a crazy idea like if I put that one on. You know what I'm saying? Um, I'll take that one. Spartan helmet. Spartan helmets. That's the thing. These helmets are all. Oh, gotta pay to play. Hey, everybody, make sure you give UK Prepper a like button right there. And we'll see, man. Normally but I you jumped on the grenade too quick, man. That is that one is like 5 super chats. That's what that one is. But you didn't know that. You didn't know that. So, okay. You didn't know that. So today's the day you're going to today's your lucky day. But in the future, my friend, that's what it takes. Let's see here. Oh, the grand poobah of preparedness has entered the building. Yeah. Ha, 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 ha. There we go. All right. Put a one in the chat. That's the kind of crap you guys like to see. All right. Let's see here. And I need to heart that thing too. Ka-ching. Give that sucker a heart. Give that ka-ching. There it is. Do I get a helmet if I'm a member? No, you do not. But do you even know what you get? I mean, come on. What? You don't know what you get? This is crazy. Do I get a rent a Volkswagen? I know, right? That'd be great. Had some friends of mine go to Colorado for the last few weeks, and they landed in Denver, and the only cars they had available were EVs. That's it. That's it. All right, let's see here. I'm gonna find where's a link here. Do I have a link to become a member? Did I? Is it something that's real? Where are we at here? I need to show you. You need to know. You need to know. All right, let's see here. Go to you over there and view your channel. Open there, and then let's see here. How do I get to the membership stuff? Members, because I'm a member already. Let's try. Let's try this. Let's try going to here. No, that's not it. Wrong button. Studio, and then down here, content, language. What is it? Why won't it let me see? There we go. It's getting crazy, man. It's getting crazy. Agreements. Where we at here? You got to really do some. YouTube is not for the mentally weak. That is for sure, man. To get. Let's see here. Let's see. Is this it? Okay. All right. So it's this one right here. There we go. Let's go ahead and hit this button. Boom. I'm gonna do a little shameless self promotion here. So what do we got here? So a lot of people, some people sign up for this minimalist prepper. You join, all you do is get emojis and you get to say stuff. You know what I'm saying? Doomsday prepper. What do you get? You get the emojis, plus you get the members only videos, you get the members only live streams, the members only chat room. More about perks. And there's something in here that you don't know about. Is the You get access to the downloadable library. It's massive, and you basically get total access to me. The local prepper level is for people who have more money than they know what to do with. But yeah, yeah, that's what you do. And you know what? I think we're gonna make this a thing. There we go. And you can decide for yourself, be an adult, that kind of thing. But I think the biggest benefit to being a member is being part of the members only Discord, because you literally I know nothing. I know nothing, and I know what that's from. I'm old enough. Um, but I think a big part of being part of the members only Discord is this communication that we have, this community that we're building. You know, when people say community, they're like, "Oh, I just want to build a bunch of people that go blah 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 blah." No, we talk like we the last few days we've been talking about like the weather, and that sounds really old and stupid. But you know, there's been some very serious weather events that are affecting a lot of the members, you know, that are affecting it like way worse than me. It's going to be my turn coming this weekend where I'm going to get nailed with like a buttload of snow. They're talking about like a blizzard here on the eastern shore of Virginia, you know. So yeah, those are things. Those are things. Why is there a blue dot on that? What is that about? I don't understand. Fan funding, super stickers. Oh, it's just okay. That's it right there. Live chats. There we go. Boom. Let's see. So yeah, it's gonna be very interesting in the next 24 plus maybe 36 hours, what's going to be going on with our government, and how it affects us. Hopefully you're not a government employee. If you are, I'm sorry to hear that. I did that for 13 years. Um, yeah. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to say, you know. Rose says the Lamb. What type of Volkswagen? There are many styles. There too. It would be a van. Actually, only foreign vehicle I would buy is the Toyota Tundra truck. It's a good truck. Drove over minor obstacle course. Good. Well, you know, the other thing too, guys, if you're going to be renting a vehicle, there's other places out there that are not like Ace, you know, Enterprise, you know, stuff like that. Um, the there's other places to ways to rent vehicles, where you're literally like renting somebody's vehicle, and it could be anything. It could be like I don't know. I've never seen a VW. Now, obviously, we're not going to see a 1960s VW as a rental vehicle. Um, but we're not going to be seeing a lot of rental companies with lots of these vehicles that aren't this, that. You know what I'm saying? That like VWs. I've never seen a VW come out of Avis. You know what I'm saying? They're kind of notorious for their Mustangs and their Corvettes and their mini cars, that kind of thing, SUVs, things like that. Do you mean the bug? No, dude, this is not. What is going on between you two? See, you see there, Lambslight. You should be in the Discord. You should be a member so that you can yeah, because that's what we do. Like what you're doing right now. I know a guy who used a blowtorch to melt the ice. Well, I mean, technically fire and ice. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let's see here. We've been going at this for about an hour, which is right around that time. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up on the way out the door. If you haven't subscribed because you're like, no one's gonna tell me what to do. Maybe do it now. Maybe do it now. There might be another live stream today. There might be another live stream later tonight. Yeah, and maybe you would like to hear your voice be heard. All right, guys, until the next time, stay safe. Have a great day, and I shall see you when I see you. Bye bye.